You already know you shouldn't. That's the part nobody talks about. Not the clicking, not the opening, not the reading. The moment just before, when you know with complete certainty that what you are about to find will hurt you, and you do it anyway, every single time. Scientists gave this a name in 2013. They called it the Pandora Effect, and what they found was not a flaw in certain kinds of people. It was a feature built into all of them. In 2013, psychologists Christopher S. and Hsee Keysar at the University of Chicago placed a box in front of people. Just a box. It made a sound. Participants were told the sound might be pleasant, or it might be deeply unpleasant, the kind of noise most people find unbearable. The researchers left the room. They watched through a one-way mirror. The box sat on the table, making it sound. Most people lasted less than 2 minutes. They opened it. Even the participants who had said beforehand they would rather not know. Even the ones who actively preferred the uncertainty, they opened it anyway. Then the researchers changed the experiment. They told a second group the sound was definitely unpleasant. Not maybe, definitely. Those participants opened the box faster. S wrote in his findings, "The mere presence of an answer, even a painful one, was more tolerable than the absence of one. Uncertainty, it turned out, was the worst outcome of all. More unbearable than pain, more unbearable than regret, more unbearable than knowing something you wish you didn't." He named the phenomenon after the oldest story humans ever told about a person and a box. Most people know the story. Almost nobody knows what it actually said. Pandora was not careless. She was not impulsive. She was not weak. She was the first woman ever made, crafted by Hephaestus, breathed into life by the gods, given gifts by every deity on Olympus. Aphrodite gave her beauty, Hermes gave her speech, Athena gave her skill, and Zeus, who had designed the entire situation, gave her one thing more: curiosity. Then he handed her a jar. The original Greek word was pithos, not a box, a sealed clay jar, and told her never to open it. Hesiod wrote this story around 700 BC. He was not warning about disobedience. He was describing something he had observed in every human being he had ever known. You cannot give curiosity a container and expect a container to stay closed. The gods knew this. They built her that way on purpose. The evils that escaped, disease, suffering, envy, war, death, were never the point of the story. The point was simpler and far more disturbing. Curiosity is not something that happens to you. It is something that was put inside you, deliberately. In 2009, neuroscientist Matthias Gruber placed participants inside an MRI scanner. He showed them trivia questions. Some questions they found intensely interesting. Others they didn't care about. When curiosity activated, Gruber expected to see the brain's learning centers light up. That is not what happened. What lit up was the reward system, the same circuitry activated by food, by physical touch, by addictive substances. Dopamine flooded the brain the moment a question appeared, not when the answer arrived, before it, during the not knowing. The gap itself triggered the reward. This is the mechanism the Pandora Effect runs on. Your brain is not trying to learn. Your brain is chasing the dopamine that lives inside the open question. The moment the answer arrives, the dopamine drops. So your brain finds another question, opens another box, clicks another notification, reads another message it already knew would hurt. This is why you scroll to the end of an article you stopped caring about at paragraph 3. This is why you finish a show you stopped enjoying 2 seasons ago. This is why you check your phone 8 minutes after you just checked your phone. You are not looking for information. You are feeding a system that was never designed to be satisfied. For 300,000 years, this mechanism kept you alive. In a world where unknown meant dangerous, the drive to investigate, to find out, to open, to know was survival. The rustle in the grass could be wind, could be a predator. The ones who checked lived to pass the gene forward. The ones who didn't did not. So your brain inherited 300,000 years of compulsive box opening. And then someone figured that out. In 2004, a former casino designer named Dill Sterling was hired by a major social media company. His job was not to make the platform useful. His job was to make it impossible to leave. He studied the neuroscience of curiosity loops. He studied variable reward systems. He studied exactly what Gruber had found, that the brain rewards the gap, not the answer. And he built gaps into everything. The notification badge that doesn't tell you what the notification is. The headline cut off at the exact moment your brain needs to know what comes next. The comment count that shows you people are talking without showing you what they're saying. Every one of these is a box, designed by someone who understood the Pandora Effect before you had ever heard the name. The gods gave Pandora one box and told her not to open it. The modern world gives you 10,000 boxes every single day, and they are not telling you to stop. There is a part of the myth almost no one talks about. When Pandora opened the jar and everything escaped, disease and suffering, envy and war and death, one thing remained. She slammed the lid shut just in time. Trapped inside, at the very bottom, was one last thing: elpis, the ancient Greek word for hope. Scholars have argued for 2,000 years about what this means. Was hope left inside as a mercy, a gift for humanity so we could endure everything else that escaped? Or was hope left inside because it was just as dangerous as what got out? Because hope is the thing that makes you open the next box, and the one after that, and the one after that. The ancient Greeks never answered this. They left it open, deliberately, because the people who wrote that story already knew what you would do if they did. Right now, somewhere, someone is opening a message they were warned about. Someone is reading a comment they knew would ruin their day. Someone is Googling a symptom at 2 a.m. that will not let them sleep for the rest of the week. Someone is clicking one more notification, opening one more tab, checking one more time. Not because they forgot it would hurt, because they remembered and opened it anyway. Pandora didn't open the box because she was foolish. She opened it because she was made with curiosity before she was made with anything else. And so are you. The experiment Hsee ran in 2013 is still running. You are in it right now. The only question the ancient Greeks left unanswered, the one still sitting at the bottom of the jar, is whether knowing about the Pandora effect will stop you from opening the next box. It won't, but now at least you'll know why.